Hey guys, Canadian Slacker here. A little bit different project today. I'm not doing electrical, but today we're going to be working out how to make a deer blind feeder, gravity fed. There's a couple different ways. I've seen other people doing it on YouTube, but the way I'm thinking about doing it is we're going to use some existing uh, decking boards, the like the vinyl decking boards. That's the waterproof stuff. We're gonna cut those into pieces. I've already started. I've got a few pieces cut. Forgot to start even videotaping actually before I did it, but this is the first couple pieces cut. Basically, what we've done is gone and then I made a printout, tried to design what I thought would work. And you might have a little bit of a different layout, but to start with, you just basically draw out your designs, hoping that is going to work well. I believe it will. And up till now, that's basically what we've done is worked on getting a design, and I've cut the first four pieces for my sides, back, and the slope for the gravity feed portion. Once we get past that, what we're going to do is work on getting the top as well as the base, which is going to be the catch basin for the cob or grain or whatever you would use to put in your feeder. This can be used for multiple things. It doesn't have to be just deer. It could be used for animals on a farm if that's what you wanted to do. If you didn't want to purchase something and you had some materials lying around, we're just using scraps, like I said. So that's sort of what we're going to do. Hopefully we can video all this for you and you can sort of see how it turns out and what it looks like in the end. Well, back, had to cut that down so that this can sit inside as my slope for the gravity portion. As you can see, I've already screwed together the three sides. So we have our back, our two sides. I made it sloped a little bit on the top so that we have, if it's up in the hills or whatever, and I'm going to actually put a cap on this with some hinges so that you can open it up and pour feed in it and then close it back up. But that's why the slope's there, so that we can have a little runoff if we really needed it. I think most time it's just going to be sitting on it. It's not that great of a slope, but just for more water. As for the backs, I mean, I haven't put any silicone in there or anything right now, but I'm going to probably silicone all these gaps. This material itself is waterproof, so that portion is good. You don't have to worry about that stuff, but just so that water doesn't come through these cracks and wet our feed, I'll silicone it afterwards and seal up all the cracks all around it. But yeah, other than that, we're going to work on just trying to get this inside and installed as our gravity portion. And yeah, we'll keep going and doing that. So yeah, guys, so now I'm just trying to get a little bit, I'm going to cut the front side so that it has the same slope on the one end of it. I'll cut it to, I believe we're cutting them to the 15 degrees. So this angle here is just a 15-degree angle. And so I've cut the back portion on the angle there. I'm going to cut this front portion here so it has the same, so that it can sit nice and flush when my lid closes. And then if you didn't cut it flush, you'd have a little piece that sticks up like this. And then when you tried to close your lid, it would sit up in the air like that instead of closing tight. So that's why we're doing the 15-degree angle. So yeah, guys, you want to make sure that you pre-drill. I mean, pre-drilling always helps. You can hammer it in if you want, but pre-drilling helps you align the holes with the pieces that you're putting on the inside. And it's always helpful if you have clamps. I only had a small one here that I have personally, so we actually had to go borrow it from a neighbor. But yeah, that's sort of the way we're going to happen. So now I've pre-drilled both sides. I've screwed in the back of the unit. And now I've pre-drilled the front rail so that I can put the front area in. And I've also cut the pieces to put in the front and to put in the little slope for the gravity portion of it. So yeah, that's how it's gonna go. I still have to pre-drill the gravity sides, but once I've done that, then I can clamp it with my gravity board on the inside, so it gives it enough of a slope just to restrict the grain or the feed from coming down all in one lump sum, and it'll basically allow it to slow up at a certain portion until the feed is pulled out, and then another portion of the feed will then be allowed to funnel down and around. So yeah, we'll continue building that, and hopefully we can keep a video on this. All right, guys, so what we've done here is with the clamp, we've actually put our piece that I showed you earlier we filed it down so that it could sit flush on the top. And then we've just figured out sort of a depth we thought that we might want at the bottom here, that would work well for allowing a certain amount of grain to come out. I think we're at probably about just over an inch and a quarter, maybe an inch and a half thickness of where the grain can funnel from up here down and come out the bottom. And then this is where the deer will be able to eat from. So that's sort of what we've done. We've clamped it. Now what we'll do is we will do our pre-screwing on all the sides here and hammer a couple screws in, and then that'll be set, and then we can put in our front portion. So yeah, that's what we'll continue to do. So guys, that's I think we're gonna stop for today. I'll be back again tomorrow. We'll finish it up. But as of right now, I mean, it's gone pretty good. As you can see, I have the top. I haven't quite finished this. I'm gonna need to get a hinge for the top there to be able to hold that on properly, and then it'll be able to open up, and then we can just fill it right down into the top. All the rest's basically the same as sort of what you've seen already. We've got it all the way down to the bottom here. So this is the bottom of our front plate. Inside there we have a that's going to be our gravity portion of it. All we have to do, if too much is coming out, we can take these 2 screws on either side, push it down a bit further, and re-screw it in, and then that's going to be good. Then you have your feed catcher, which allows however much you want. That's what this will do, and it'll just pour out slowly, and then fill up to a certain point, and then this gravity will stop it, and then the deer can eat here. Once more comes out, once they've eaten whatever's here, then you just basically all it's doing is keeping the food off of the ground dry. We're going to put a little, I believe we're going to try and put a little overhang here to try and prevent any downpour rain from going into the down into the feed at the bottom. But this will just have like a sort of an overhang for this. And yeah, so all we have really left to do is get this mounted, which we're still trying to think of what's the best way to do that. We'll probably do that tomorrow, and then yeah, then we have to put up this last section on the top with the hinge, and then we'll just silicone these things so that nothing can get through the cracks and hit our feed. And then we're probably just going to test it for what it's going to be like, and yeah, that's basically the gist of it, what we've got so far. And tomorrow we'll just continue finishing it. So yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll be back, and well, you'll probably see me in a few minutes, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys. Well, we got a couple new materials. We're back again. This is the next day. It's actually next day. It's already gone to evening out here, but yeah. So we've got that, and we're going to continue to move on to try to get this stand for the sort of weather cover on it, and then finish up the top there. That'll be the goal for tonight, so that we're pretty much ready for it to be completed. Sometimes if you talk to yourself, it helps get you through whatever you're trying to figure out.
guys are like that, but I seem to do that whenever I'm working. Doesn't really matter what job I'm doing. And now you guys just give me a reason to talk while I'm working, because I'm talking to you guys some of the times. There you go, a little overhang. Get a couple more screws in that. And then that'll give me my little roof piece to cover over the bottom grain portion. I won't bore you with the rest of it. I'll just do it and get back to you with the lid. I'll check this out. We have got everything pretty much wrapped for this deer blind feeder, with the exception of the top. So as of right now, I'll bring you back here so you can see it. Basically what it's going to look like. Have a little overhang so the deer can get down in there. They'll be able to get down on the bottom, eat their food, have a little protection more so for excess of water. Then up here, now we're just going to have to work on this. It's just going to be a lid, basic lid. I just went out today. That's one of the things I had to pick up. I just picked up a typical bracket that's going to fold up and down with it, and that's going to be the gist of what's going on with that, right? So lid up, lid down, screw it on to a couple pieces, and we should be set to go. We'll keep moving on that. I'll put you up here and you can have a view of what's going on. Okay guys, so we were able to finish up the last of the deer feeder. Yeah, we just finished putting on the lid. Obviously the lid, all that's going to be doing is going up. Just going to go up in the air for like that, fill it in, basically dump all of our feed down into the slot, goes right down to the bottom, and then the gravity fed. We still have that little roof that we put on down there for coverage, and then down there is basically all that's it's going to come out. It'll come out, pour out here until the gravity fills it up until a point that it stops itself, and then the deer will eat it and more will come out. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I don't build these things on a regular. This is just me. I came up with something that me and my partner there for hunting, we're looking to build something that could be a deer feeder rather than just throwing our feed on the ground. And so I just thought something up, started putting it together. Now you can pretty much do anything you really want to. You just got to put your time into it and use your brain a little bit and try and figure things out. And I think this will work well for us, but we will find out. The plan, like I said, and think earlier in the video, is that we're going to test it out on a neighbor's tree and then see what happens, because we have lots of deer in our little neighborhood here. And then we can see how the feeder actually works, see if we have to change a few things, because hunting season doesn't start again until March, so we have a little bit of time to play around with it and see how things are working for us with this. So yeah, hope this is helpful or interesting or something, but that is pretty much a wrap for me with this deer feeder. So that being said, I guess that's the end of my video. I'm Canadian Slacker. Have a good day.